Good afternoon, students. Today we start our next concept of the chapter election and representation. Still, we have discussed about election, importance of election, and which institution is responsible for election system in India, and what is the relation between the election and democracy. The next concept is that the democratic representation in India. In our country, India, there is a representative form of democracy. It means that we are electing or choosing our representatives, and those representatives are making laws on the behalf of the people. So, which procedure is adopted in India to elect the representatives by the people? Let us discuss one by one. There are several systems which are adopted to elect the representatives in our country India, like the proportional representation system with single transferable vote system in the presidential election, and the first past the post system for general election like Lok Sabha and state assembly, as well as in the local government election. So today we start that the democratic representation in India. The Indian Constitution provides for true democracy in India. Elections are free and fair. How can we say that these elections are free and fair? Because these elections are conducted by an autonomous body which is known as the Election Commission, and there are certain provisions in the Constitution which provide periodical and free election and true representation. Next, that is election system in India. There are several ways of choosing representatives. There is a system of conducting election. There is an authority, Election Commission, vested with the power of conducting elections. Normally, a candidate who gets the highest number of votes in an election is declared elected. But there are even other modes of election. The answer to method of election is not so simple. Yes, we are talking about the methods of election. This is not an easy question or easy answer that we can give the answer of this question in a easy way. No, it is not so. Why? Because there are so many methods which are adopted in our Indian Constitution, make some very difficult provision which is not easy to understand. So let us discuss one by one. In an election, people vote and their preference decides the winner, but there are different ways in which people make their choice, and very different ways by which people make their choice, and very different ways in which the preferences are counted. So there are different ways. First of all, we start today our total focus on the first past the post system which we adopted from Britain, United Kingdom. Yes, the first past the post system. In this system, the country is divided into single member territorial constituencies of equal size. The whole country is divided on the basis of population. Voters choose a single candidate by marking against his name. The candidate who gets the highest number of votes, even if he has less than half the votes polled, is declared the winner. Suppose there is a constituency and the candidates which are contested in election are 5, total voters 100, and a person who get only 25 votes out of 100, and rest of the 4 candidates, they are not able to get more than 25 or 25. So the candidate who scored or who won the votes 25 declared elected. This is the most important feature of the first past of the post system, that a person get elected who is only won 25% of the 100 votes, and rest of the 75% votes become wasted. This system has also been named as plurality system of representation. First past the post system was adopted in the Indian Constitution from Britain. Britain was the first country who used this system. So what are the merits or advantages of FPTP? First of all, it is easy to operate. Yes, very easy to operate, that people voters are coming to mark on the EVM or press the button on the EVM as per their choice. It is simple to understand, yeah, very easy, that a person who gets a maximum vote 25 out of 100, 26, 27, maybe a person who gets the highest number of vote get declared elected. It establishes a clear link between the representatives and the constituencies. It does not cost much to administer. It means it is not so much expensive. It is fairly quick to count the votes and work out who has won, meaning results can be declared relatively quickly after the polls close. Yes, after the polls it is easy to count the vote, and after that a person who gets the maximum vote in that constituency declared elected. So it is very easy, counting is very easy, declaration of result very quickly. All these are the major features of first past the post system. In a political environment, FPTP enables voter to clearly express a view on which party they think should form the next government. When we discussed in this lecture about the case study of 1984 election, then this point will explain by me. FPTP is ideally suited to a two-party system. There are several countries which have one-party system, two-party system and multi-party system. One-party system, like all the communist countries, they have single-party government like China and Russia. Two-party system, that there are several political parties are working in a country, but the two major political parties, they have chance to get majority in that country, that is known as two-party system. For example, in United States of America, there is a contest between the Republican Party and Democratic Party, and in the same way in Britain there is also two-party system. One is Labour Party and one is Conservative Party. So there is a close contest between the two-party system. So this FPTP is ideally suited to a two-party system and generally produces a single-party government. The strong opposition is another features of the two-party system. Next, we start that the demerits of first past the post system. What are the demerits? Yes, many votes are wasted, especially those caused for losing candidates. 100 votes, 25, the person who gets 25 won the election, and rest of the 75 votes become useless. So this is the demerits of our first past the post system. Second, it undermines the legitimacy of government. Why? There is a question mark. That why there is a question mark before the legitimacy of the government, that the government is run by the people, so far as governments are based only on minority support. In 1984, Congress party just got 48% of the total votes, but secured more than 80% of the seats. So there is a question mark before the legitimacy of the government. Representative can get elected with small amounts of public support, as the size of the winning margin is irrelevant. It restricts the voter's choice. The voter cannot express the disagreement with the viewpoint of the preferred party candidate. In such systems, some social groups, especially minorities, may go underrepresented. So these are the various points which shows that the merits of first past the post system, that the wastage of votes and the question mark before the legitimacy of the government. These are the various points which shows that if there are some merits in the first past of the post system, but still there are some demerits in the first past of the post system. Let us discuss that what is the procedure which adopted by Indian Constitution of the first past of the post system. In India, under this system, the following features have been adopted. The entire country is delimited into 543 constituencies on the basis of population. Each constituency elects one representative. Total constituency 543, total representative 543. Candidates who gets the highest number of votes in that constituency is declared elected. In this system, the candidate with the highest number of votes is declared elected. The winner does not need to get a majority of the votes. In a constituency, suppose 100 votes, a person must get 51 vote out of 100. But in the first past of the post system, this system is not applied. If a person who gets 25, the maximum, the rest of the person 20, 20, 22, so the maximum votes the person get become the winner. So this is the procedure which is adopted in our India, the first past of the post system. This system, since in the electoral battle the candidate who is ahead of other or who crosses the winning post first of all is the winner. Let us we have a case study of the 1984 election. Let us discuss one by one that the vote percentage and the seats which got by the major political party in that election. You know that in 1984, after the death of Srimati Indira Gandhi, the youngest person who became the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. And 1984 election was the milestone for Congress in the history of our country, India, when the INC, Indian National Congress, got the maximum seats in that election. So let us discuss one by one that first of all, Congress party vote percentage was only 48.0% and the seats more than 80%, 415 out of 543. Bharatiya Janata Party 7.4 percentage of votes but got only two seats. Janata Dal 6.7%, seats 10. Lok Dal 5.7%, seat ratio 3. CPIM, Communist Party of India Marxist, 5.7% but 22. Let us consider that Lok Dal and CPIM. What is the difference between Lok Dal and CPIM? That vote percentage similar, but there is a huge difference between the seat ratio, that 3 to 22. Next is Telugu Desam Party, 4.1% and number of seats 30. DMK, Dravid Munithar Kashagam, 22.3, 2 votes. AIADMK 1.6% but number of seats 12. Akali Dal only 1% but number of seats 7, and Assam Gan Parishad 1% but number of seats 7. So there is a huge difference that a political party secure votes percentage and seats. Let us try to explain that the 1984 Lok Sabha election, where historic for Indian democracy, the Congress party came to power winning 415 seats out of 543 in the Lok Sabha elections. It got 80% of the seats, which mark a new phase in the history of Lok Sabha. The Congress got 4/5 of the seats, but there is a question that did it get every 4 votes out of the 5 voters who voted during the election? The answer to this question is in the negative. Why? Because the Congress party got only 48% of votes. It means that only 48% voters voted for Congress candidate, but the party still managed to get 80% seats, while the BJP got 7.4% vote and got only 2 seats. So there is an example. Suppose in a constituency there are 1 lakh voter and 5 candidates. The person A, who is the winner of this election, got only 25,000 votes. It means 25%. Person B 18,000, 18%, 19,000, 19%, D 20, E 18%. In this system, the first past of the post system, that rest of the 75% votes wasted in this system, and a person who gets maximum vote 25% only got elected. This is the drawbacks of the first past of the post system. Because of the FPTP, the Indian National Congress managed to win more than 80% seats in the Lok Sabha election of 1984. So, my dear students, in the first past of the post system, a person who get the maximum number of votes, there is no need to get a majority that 100 votes are there and you must got 51. No, it is not so. In this system is clear, like as a voter, how that a person who get the maximum number of votes, he or she declared winner. So this is the first past of the post system. Thank you and have a nice day.